everyone, show me your hands. Show me your hands. All right, everyone needs to get out. Get out.
Put your hands up.
Thank you, me.
Hey, that's my wife. Get your hands off of her.
She was your wife. I bet she'll learn next time, won't she?
I'm not armed.
I could see that. Would you like a game of chance, mister?
Yes, I would. Smith's the name. Benjamin J. Smith.
Money bag.
Pick one. You lose.
What are we playing for?
It was just my luck to get caught in a spring storm. I was headed to the Arizona Territory. I'd been sent there to track a bad bunch of outlaws. They were easy to follow because they didn't try to hide their trail. Wherever they went, there were dead people. They showed no mercy. They had no soul.
That night, I dreamed of my grandfather. I missed him so much, and my father too. Now, I was all alone. So I walked in the direction of my people, the Navajo. We had been traveling far from our land. We would walk all night and rest all day.
When they announced themselves,
It would be my last time I would hear my grandpa's favorite story.
just threw red sand all over themselves. They didn't even talk or see or listen. Just kept throwing red sand all over, stirring up the dust. This was the place called Shah, the home of the bitter winds. The winds that blow for no reason, but to cause strife. The winds that come to you carry sand, and if you are caught in it, it will sting your face.
Just like my grandpa's story, a bitter wind was headed our way. A wind that would forever change my life. Never again would I feel my father's touch. And my dog, my best friend, would give his life trying to protect us. He sent fear all over my body as he looked my way.
I was getting closer now. The trail was not as cold. These were killers. The kind that killed because they liked it. I had been a lawman for a long time. As I saw it, life was a battle of good against evil. Evil would never win, but it would also never be defeated. It always seemed to rise up again. In this life, you were either good or you were evil.
Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for carry me home. Home.
Hey, Chacon, how long are we going to be sitting here? How come I got to sit in the sun?
That said so. Somebody's coming.
I got him!
Hey, he's alive.
You just grazed him.
Use the law.
U.S. Marshal, why are you following me?
I'm not following you.
Why are you here?
I'm just passing through the territory.
Why'd you hit me, Chacon?
Because you never listen. I say when we shoot. Me, not you. Where are you coming from?
Colorado.
Now we're getting somewhere. I like that. Why are you following me?
Like I said, I'm not following you.
What are you doing here?
I'm headed this way to see a woman.
A woman? I see. Let's get him back on his horse. Get him up.
I was scared.
I
sitting on my horse with a noose around my neck.
Lord, it ain't fair to go this way. It just ain't. I never thought it would end like this. On a horse with a noose on my neck like an outlaw. Lord, I wouldn't mind you get me out of this one. I know I haven't exactly. Easy now, Chance. Easy. Easy, boy, I say. You hold there, Chance. You boy. You hold. Son of a bitch. I thought it would end like this. I swear to God. No. It's a beautiful goddamn day.
So I wandered, always in the direction of my people. I had never known such sorrow. I was barren.
I prayed, and I thought about my life.
Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
All night I stayed awake to urge my horse to stand where he was.
Maggie, I don't see you. I was coming, darling. I was coming. Oh, God, help me.
I dreamed of my sheep in my home. My mother came into my dreams and brushed my hair. In the morning, I woke to a giant wolf dog staring down at me. So I ran and it followed. I had the knife my father gave me and I used it. I had never seen such a sight. A white man on a horse with a rope around his neck.
I've been praying all day. for an angel and a miracle, and I think you're it.
I wanted to run, but just then the wolf dog appeared.
All I remember is waking up and seeing the boy who saved my life.
You did it.
I was elated. I had a second chance.
I had never been this close to a white man before. I feared them. We all did for what they did to my people. I had no idea what he was saying, but I listened to his voice, and I could tell he was a good man.
You just made the best friend of your life. Son, I want to thank you for my life. I prayed for someone to come and save me, and you did. The son's bitches want to hang me. You got kin around here? You got family? It wouldn't be something they come and get me now, wouldn't it? Oh my God, thank you, Lord. And thank you, son. My name is John Town. I'm a U.S. Marshal. I'm gonna get my stuff, all right? Son of a bitch. Did you rain on me? Why don't you?
Guns. Victorio will trade him only for guns.
Can I see them?
I didn't know it at the time, but Chacon and his gang were selling rifles to the Apaches. They were trading Spanish gold and gems for guns.
Beautiful.
Rifles. Many rifles. We will send some warrior to show you the way to our summer camp.
Okay.
It was clear that the boy wanted to show me something. Now I knew why he was all alone. Son, sometimes life ain't fair. And for you, today is one of them days. I'm truly sorry. This boy had saved my life. I was gonna do right by him. Sleep well, son. We've had a rough day. I followed Chacon's trail to a little trading post.
Welcome to the Imperial Trading Post. What can we do for you?
I need some guns.
Rifles or pistols?
Both.
Don't mind me asking, what are you doing traveling with this Indian boy?
These white men were different, and I could feel their evil.
Kind of strange, traveling with that Indian boy.
Especially the one with no hair on top of his head.
See that pistol right there?
Oh, that one's not for sale.
Give me that rifle then.
That's a good rifle. You want to sell him or trade him? I got blankets and whiskey and guns. I even got Irene. You might want to poke with her. Irene!
Cartridges.
She gets a little feisty every once in a while. I got her about a week ago from the Mexies.
Now you give me that pistol.
I told you that wasn't for sale.
You pick it up. You look at the grips. On the bottom, there's some initials. J.T. Stands for Johntown. Marshall Johntown.
Well, I'll be. Thought they hung him. Appears not.
Smart man. Take my badge off your shirt.
Now, we had nothing to do with this, as you know, Marshal.
Yeah, I'm sure you're all broken up about it, ain't you? Now, you all listen to me. I got business with Chacon and his men. I will require you to watch this boy.
What do you mean by watch the boy?
No harm will come to him, and he will be here when I return.
Well, I think we can arrange that.
I'll be back for you, son. Right? All right, didn't you? I'll be back for you. No. Go back, Sophia. I'll be back for you, all right?
Appears you don't want to go. Want me time to chair, Marshal?
When he left me, my hopes were dashed. I was forlorn.
I felt bad about leaving him, but by God, no one was going to put a noose around my neck and not hear about it from me.
Get up, we gotta go get these rifles.
I'm tired. I'll catch up. Go ahead.
Chacon ain't gonna like this.
Chacon ain't here, is he?
No, he's not.
Okay. We got time. Go ahead.
All right, suit yourself.
Culpepper, get your boot off me, man.
Next time you hang a man, you better do it right.
Hey, man, what are you doing?
Where's Chacon?
He ain't here.
I could see that.
I didn't hang you. That wasn't my idea. That was Chacon's.
Yeah, it didn't stop you from shooting me, did it, Billy?
I didn't shoot. That wasn't my idea.
Yeah?
That was his, too.
Yeah, did he also make you rape and kill that girl?
What girl?
Girl in the stagecoach.
Stagecoach? I don't know nothing about no stagecoach.
What do you think I do for a living? I track and I hunt bad men. And I'm real good at it. And I've been doing it since before you was born. So don't tell me you don't know nothing about no stagecoach.
I didn't rape that girl. That wasn't me. That was Culpepper.
I don't think so. I'm afraid not, Billy. You see, a man's life in the tracks he leaves. And I seen your tracks. You got them little boots, see? And you're a murdering bastard. And I saw you. You dragged that girl from that stage, and you took her up to the saguaro, and you raped her, and you beat her, and you stabbed her with the knife.
You can't prove that. I'll say it wasn't me. They'll believe me.
You're right, Billy. They will. But you and I, we know the truth, don't we? Don't we?
No! Please, no! You gotta take me back to the judge.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
No, please!
She say please, Billy?
She did.
Did she say please?
Yes!
There's not enough to weigh here.
Well, it must be worth something, is it not?
Everything's worth something.
As to what I'm inquiring.
Fleek like that probably get you a couple drinks, maybe.
Told you it wasn't worth the ride in here. What's that sound? What do you got over there in that steamer trunk?
I got my own little Indian boy.
These were bad men.
Don't say.
Gonna trade him to the Mexies next week. Now he's worth something.
I thought I would die in the little box with no air.
We'll take those drinks now.
Okay. Marshal, I didn't expect you so soon.
Where's the boy?
When I heard his voice,
Marshal,
I had hope again.
I had to put him in there. He went a little crazy right after you left, and I was put him in there for his own good. To watch him, you know, like you said.
I never said nothing about putting a boy in a trunk. You are one sick son of a bitch, ain't you?
Marshal, let me introduce you to my associates. Now, Benson, you can have as many pokes as you want. Goes for you too, Wilson.
Oh, my.
Gents, I got no trouble with you. This boy and I were just leaving.
I do believe you're miscalculating, Marshal.
It's time for you to leave.
It was loud, like thunder.
All right, son.
I was angry at him for leaving me with those men. And then he hugged me like my father would, and I felt safe.
We were hungry, and I had promised him a breakfast of flapjacks and eggs. I knew he had no idea what I was talking about, but I figured he'd like them just the same.
I ain't helping no one. If you help yourself again, I'm gonna shoot you.
Hey, Paco, you know there's a little Indian boy sitting at your table, right?
What?
Okay, that's who? Marshal Young.
He didn't do a very good job of it.
Very funny. Let's put it out here.
What do you think you're doing?
How's that?
I'm gonna serve his kind here.
You do this morning?
I mean, we read the sign up front that said no Indians allowed.
Just because you write it down don't make it right. I want to order flapjacks and eggs, bacon, crisp bacon and coffee.
Get up, boy. Let go of that boy. Broke my nose. Yeah. Now go get me my flapjacks. Anybody got something to say about that? Let's go tell the sheriff.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm running out of room at the school. New students arrive every day, and the dormitories are chock full.
You have a good contract with the government. You're gonna make a lot of money.
We're gonna make a lot of money. But I need more room.
I'm working on it.
Sheriff, there's this guy that came into Paco's bar and he broke...
Hold on, just slow down.
Sorry. Hey, Miss Braxton. There's this guy that came into Paco's bar with the little Indian boy, and he broke Paco's nose and ordered flapjacks and...
What?
That's what happened, Sheriff.
Oh, my.
Roy, gather up some more of the boys and meet me at Paco's.
Okay.
I'll be along in a minute.
Well, I guess lunch is over.
Yeah, but I'll see you for dinner.
I told you they were good.
Don't you move or my boys will fill you with holes.
Nobody here is moving. Just getting ready to go.
Who do you think you are, coming in here assaulting people?
Did you bring enough help, Jim?
This is my town. Look at me. You don't bring an Indian boy in here. Not in my saloon. Get him up. And bring him too. He goes to the Indian school.
Sheriff, you're gonna want to look at this.
You hurt that boy, I'll kill you.
Well, what do we have here?
Sure, sent him over. Don't know much else about him.
Well, let's have a look at him. Hiram, let's get this young man.
I didn't know it at the time, but I was at one of those Indian boarding schools the U.S. government set up for us to be no longer Indians.
You're gonna like it, yeah.
Millions of Indian children were sent to these schools against their own will, and many died there.
First a noose around my neck and now a jail cell. It didn't seem right.
Judge wants to see you.
Where's your posse, Sheriff? Aren't you afraid I'm gonna rise up and strike you down?
Man can't be too careful.
No cheap shot today, Sheriff?
I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you were a marshal.
Yeah.
So, you're my new marshal. Quite an auspicious entrance, bringing a savage to a dining hall for flapjacks and eggs.
I was hungry. What was I supposed to do with him?
Your only job was and is to track down the outlaw Chacon and either bring him to face justice or shoot him down. The question is, what were you doing traveling with a mongrel Indian boy?
He was all alone. Chacon had killed his family.
The question was rhetorical. I don't care. Wait a minute. You are Marshal John Town of Colorado, are you not? Are you not?
You know I am.
Ah. I don't know what I know this morning. Let's start over, shall we? How was your journey, Marshal? What can you report about Chacon? These are the questions we should be discussing in earnest, and not why you are bringing a hostile, savage mongrel to breakfast.
He's hardly a hostile. He's just a boy.
They're all hostiles and savages. Or haven't you heard? You are very curious to me, sir. Very curious indeed. Next you'll be telling me you think women should vote. Ha! Well, the boy, as you call him, is no longer your responsibility. You are to get back on the trail and do what you do best. I don't want to hear any more about Indian affairs from you. Is there something else?
What did you do with him?
You are really starting to annoy me, sir. The little savage has been taken to Mrs. Braxton's Indian school, where they know how to take the starch out of him. But that's no longer your affair, is it? Now, I strongly suggest you pick up your gun and badge and quickly leave my office before I take them from you. You are a disgrace, sir. And as a U.S. Marshal, you represent this great republic. And to speak as you do, well, it's reprehensible. This great nation will visit the Indian with fire and sword until there are none left, or the ones that are will beg for mercy. It's people like you are standing in the way of that progress. I had no idea I had one of your kind working for me.
Well, how about I remove myself from your employ?
I see. You know, Marshal, men of your age, you don't have many years of being afeared left. Then what? Be ashamed to lose your pension, don't you think? Be lucky to get a bed in an old soldier's home. You can't stop manifest destiny. No one can. And you can't save the Indians as much as you would dream to.
Well, I can save this one boy.
You so much as go near that little savage and I'll have you back in chains.
Here it is. Isn't it beautiful?
So
straight from France.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maggie Butler was the real reason I was in the Arizona Territory. Lately, she was all I thought about.
I had always hoped he would come back to me. But when he walked into my store, I guess I wasn't truly prepared.
John?
Hello, Maggie.
You need a bath.
That's a fine how do you do after all these years?
Going on 14 years.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry.
For what? For leaving me?
I heard your husband died.
You leave him out of this. He was a good man.
I just meant that.
Why I'm even talking to you about this. You waltz in here after all this time just to let me know that you're sorry that my husband died?
This isn't going as planned.
What did you expect?
I don't know.
Maybe I should go.
Is that all you know how to do?
Well, I'm here, ain't I? Look, I'm sorry for leaving you, Maggie. You reach a point in life and you look back what you did and didn't do. My biggest regret is not marrying you. There's not a day goes by I don't think of you.
I see you still have the ring I bought you.
My prized possession.
I knew you'd never be a shopkeeper or a businessman. I knew that.
A low man's wife ain't much of a life.
It should have been my decision, John.
I know that now. I also know I'm doing a bad job at this. I've rehearsed this so many times.
You're doing just fine.
It's good to see you, Maggie.
It's good to see you.
Love is a funny thing. When you have it, there is no beginning and no end. It just is.
Now you wait for me. Yeah, okay?
I never knew her name, but she was the first girl I ever loved. I remember her face till this day.
So what are we gonna call him? He looks like a Silas or a Simon. What do you think, Hiram?
We already have a son.
That's right. Silas it is. Silas, I am Mrs. Braxton. This is Mr. Hiram. There you go. Let's get this off. Oh, look at his hair.
He had this knife on him.
He did he? My little Indian warrior. Did you bring the scissors?
No, ma'am. I forgot them.
Well? Stand still, Silas. Let the burdens be upon the Lord. Jesus loves you, yes indeed, for the Bible tells you so. Jesus loves you, yes indeed, for the Bible tells you so. Jesus loves you, yes indeed, for the Bible tells tells you so. Jesus loves you, yes indeed. You want to sing? You want to try it? Jesus loves you, yes indeed, for the Bible tells you so.
Sometimes I ask the Lord where all the goodness is in this world. That's what I always admired in you, Johntown. Your goodness. You have a kind heart. One day I think people will look back in shame at how we treated the Indians. Now you go get that boy and you take him home. You just make sure you come back to me.
I will.
I'll be waiting.
I felt whole again. I wondered why I had wasted a lifetime without her. But that was behind me now. I would spend the rest of my days with Maggie Butler.
As I watched him ride off, this time I knew he would come back for me.
He ain't dead.
You just said he was dead.
No, O'Toole is dead. Talking about the marshal.
What marshal?
The marshal we hung. He's in town right now walking around with some Indian kid.
You look so smart. Come in. All we have left is to cut the hair. And when you're done, bring him to the classroom.
Yes, ma'am. Don't you resist me, little boy. You will do as I say. I am Hiram, and I run this place. Lay down. You stabbed me. Come back here, you little heathen!
I don't know how it happened, but there he was on his big horse, and I ran to him. And then I saw her running like me to freedom from the Indian boarding school. She smiled as she ran. And then I heard the shot, and she fell.
How could you shoot a little girl in the back? I knew they would come for us, so we rode hard all night. And in the morning, we were in the high country. I could feel something around us, but I couldn't see anything. We found an old cabin, and we went inside to rest. These Apaches were with Jacome, and they led him to us.
I knew he wanted me to stay in the cabin, but when he fell asleep, I slept outside. I just wanted to be a kid again. And then it happened. I was in the big arms of the man that murdered my father.
I don't know what woke me, but when I awoke, I had a sense of dread, and the little boy was nowhere to be seen. An arrow in the shoulder is all I remember. Then the world went dark very quickly.
I remember thinking that this truly was the end as we rode into the forest. That night they were drinking, and more Apaches seeped in from the darkness.
Oh.
The man that murdered my father was giving them rifles. They yelled and screamed and fought. I couldn't stop looking at my grandfather's necklace around that big man's neck. And then some of the Apaches left with the rifles. After the rest fell asleep, he took me. I thought to kill me, but instead we went into a dark mine shaft where he hid his treasure.
It was dark when I woke. I snapped the arrow and pulled it out of my body. And then I ran all night following their tracks. In the morning, I found them camped in a meadow with their horses nearby hobbled together in a bunch. It was an easy thing to get them going.
You just won't die, will you? You throw that pistol over the edge, or I'll snap this boy's neck.
I was too weak from the arrow to put up much of a fight.
Marshal, think you can fly?
Before we left this place, I showed him the mine shaft.
Let's see what's in here. Wow.
I had never been a rich man until that moment.
Is that them? Yeah. Do what you want with the boy. The marshal's mine. All mine.
I'm gonna take that little Indian boy's scalp and feed it to my pups.
I had my pick as they rode in. I shot Roy first. I figured he would be my biggest threat since the sheriff would be reckless because he wanted revenge for me shooting his woman. I shot Roy in the gut for how he was rough with the boy.
shoulder! Ow, my shoulder! Cow!
Don't shoot no more, please don't shoot!
Ow, my shoulder! Help! My shoulder!
Don't shoot!
My shoulder!
Get up. Where you hit?
My shoulder! Help, my shoulder! I'm shot! Ow,
don't
shoulder.
shoot, please!
Come out here to kill a boy, did you? What's wrong with you? I ought to just blow your kingdom come right now. Now you, your left hand, you take that gun out of there and you throw it over there. You look at me now. You see me? You throw it. Now you, stand up, son.
Yes, sir.
Be a man. Now you stay here. You understand me? You don't move. Say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You bastard!
Look at me, Sheriff. Is he kin to you? Now you tell me why I shouldn't kill you right now. Huh? Tell me why. Speak up, son.
We're young.
Yeah, you're young. I'll tell you what. Get on them horses. If I see you back here, I'll kill you. You bring your uncle, I'll kill your uncle. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Now get! You better get, boy!
I gave the boy some gold and jewels and some greenbacks. I figured it would set him up right in the future. It was the least I could do.
It felt good to be back in my land, Navajo land.
This Navajo land was beautiful country. Some of the most beautiful country I've ever seen. We had been through a lot together. I was going to miss this boy. He was like a son to me now.
It was hard saying goodbye to this man. I would always remember him surrounded by the wind and sand. Like in my grandfather's story, this time it was a good wind. I often wonder if my grandfather had sent this man to me. I guess I will never know, but I'm glad I knew him.
It gave me great joy to see him home.
Shima.
I was home, in the arms of my mother. I never saw him again.